A little dance, something? A little dance you were doing? So apparently there's a hurricane coming through, and we're gonna get the good side of it, but it's gonna be like this for the next couple days. Just overcast and rainy. I don't know if you can even see, there you go, you can see the clouds. So not much riding happening outside. So we've got an idea, we're gonna build something so we can work on our BMX skills in the garage. And Landon's got a new bike actually. You wanna show him your new bike? So we had to borrow a back tire off of the Sabrosa, but we picked up this Haro. It's a, what is it? What model is it? Do you remember? You don't. It's a 1978 Midway. So it's a 2017 model bike, but it's called a 1978 Midway. It's actually full chromoly frame. So it's lighter. Is it lighter than your Sabrosa, Landon?
Way lighter.
Way lighter, right? So we can do wheelies and stuff like that. Speaking of wheelies, that's actually what we're working on today. So we're gonna go to the store and get some wood and supplies needed. We're gonna make a wheelie machine that should let us sit here in the garage on rainy days like today and tomorrow and work on our manuals and getting our balance where we need to. So it's only gonna cost like $50, so it's kind of hard to beat. So you ready? Mm-hmm. Let's go do it. And it got dark quick. What do we need? I talked about it.
I know, but I can't remember.
2 2x4x8s.
And 2 2x4x4.
2 2x6x8s. And then like a hook and stuff, right? All right, we need a cart first. Pick a good one. Good cart? This one? Oh no, we don't need a flat cart. We need like one of these lumber carts. All right, so 2x6. This looks like a 2x6x8 here. Yep, because I'm 6 foot tall and it's definitely taller than me. 2 of these. Couldn't tell you how much these are because, oh, wait, what? That's 2x6x10. Where's 2x6x8? Well, that says 2x6x10 is $11. I would imagine a 2x6, that price goes here because those are definitely 10s. Now we need to see if 2x4x8s are cheaper than 2x3x8s because I could use a 2x3x8. Oh no, we'll get a 2x4. They're about the same price. All right, I think this is the section we need. This is what I was thinking, like one of these, like a little carabiner. Well, I don't see the ones I'm thinking of. Yeah, I guess it's like this, but I don't need that fancy of one. I really think that'll work right here. Mm-hmm. $2. So this you can clip around the harness and remove it. So I think I'm gonna do this. So we need 2 of those, right? Those the same? Yep. And then we need 2 eye bolts. So we want to put an eye bolt. I think this will work. Man, these are $2 a piece. What kind of craziness? $1.30. That's a little better. 2 of those. So you see what I'm going to do? Mm-hmm. Screw this into the wood and then hook that onto it, and the leash will go on that, or the harness, or whatever it is. I think it is a leash. All right, you ready? Throw it on there. Let's do it. The most annoying sound in the world is the sound of a Lowe's cart running on concrete. Now we gotta figure out how to get all these 8-footers in the car. So this actually was a lot cheaper than I thought it was gonna be. $33. And that's for 2 of them. That's not even one. We're building 2 of them. So really the cost is like $16.50. Isn't that crazy? Mm-hmm. To build one of these fixtures. Sweet. My guy almost walked into it. So the concept of this wheelie machine is really simple. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to put a piece of wood under the bike and a frame around the back tire, and that frame is going to keep the bike stable from falling over side to side. And then in the front of the bike we're going to attach a strap to the wheel figure out how long the strap needs to be, and then attach that to the frame. That way when you lift the bike in a wheelie, it will only let the bike go so far back, and you don't have to worry about tipping over backwards. So you can pull up and kind of get a feel for how hard you need to pull up to manual without worrying about going over the back. It'll catch you if you go too far, and then you can set it back down and try again. First thing we're going to do is we're going to cut these two 2x6s to the length of our bike, and we're going to measure from the very back right here of the back tire up to almost the end of the front tire, a little bit past the center line. Okay, minor adjustment. So we cut the 2x6 here. So we cut the 2x6 here to the length of the bike, but we actually are going to need longer than that. So guys, when you cut this, do not cut it the length of the bike. What I would do is figure out the height that this piece needs to be, which we'll go over in the next section. And then once you figure out the height that this piece needs to be, then basically just cut this piece off, and whatever is left out of your 8-foot 2x6, that's what you want to use. And the reason why, we have one built here already, the reason why is when you tip the bike back, if you don't have that extra support back there, the bike will get to the point of tip and it will actually lift your entire fixture off the ground. So having that extra bit behind there gives more stability. So continue on as normal, but instead of cutting this to the length of your bike, you're gonna cut this vertical piece off of the end of the 8-footer, and then whatever's left on the 8-footer, that's what you're gonna use. And then basically you will center your bike to the front of this, and then wherever your bike ends, that's where you'll screw this vertical piece on, and then leave the rest of it hanging off the end. So basically when you're done, should look like that instead of chopping off behind the bike. Should look like that. So continue on. All right, so we have a 2x6 cut to the right length, and now what we're going to do is measure up the back of the tire. We want to get another piece of 2x6 to bolt to, or to screw to this 2x6 that actually stands up probably somewhere to right here on the tire, and it's to protect the bike from rolling backwards. So we got our second piece cut, and this is going to live just like this. We'll screw it right to the back of this, and this will be the back brace of our whole assembly. All right, so we'll screw this into the bottom piece. That's the worst sound ever. It's so loud. We flip it over, and now we've got the start to it. All right, so now the bike's on it, we can measure for our diagonal braces that are going to hold the back of the bike tire. So for this, we're just going to go basically put our tape measure like this, and we're going to figure out roughly a good length, kind of at a 45-degree angle. I'm going to call this 20 inches, and that'll be the long side. So now we're going to take the end of our 2x4, we're going to measure 20 inches, which is right here, and then we're going to take a square, put it right on the 20-inch mark, and we're going to go 45 degrees, which this is naturally 45 degrees. And we'll flip it over and go all the way to the end of the 2x4, and we'll do another 45-degree mark. And this is the piece we want, so we're going to make 2 of these per machine. So I'll cut a total of 4 of them, but for what we're building for one bike, it's only going to be 2 of them. So now that we have our 2 angled pieces, we're going to take them and we're going to literally put it just like that right there, and screw it to this side. And then we'll do the same thing over here, and you see we'll have to scoot the bike over. It will barely fit in there, but that's what we want. We want a really nice tight squeeze in there. So we got both of the 45s put in now, and you can see it holds the bike nice and tight. So now it's a little bit unstable, and so we're going to put this outrigger on, and what we've got we cut a couple more pieces of 2x4. We've got an 8-inch piece. Sorry, we've got 2 8-inch pieces and a 3-foot piece. We're gonna take the 8-inch pieces and go on either side. The 3-foot piece right across there. And then we'll pull them out like that. And then we'll screw all that together, and that will be a nice brace for the whole fixture so it doesn't wobble left and right. Outriggers are done. Now we have to put on the front wheel holder. I got a couple little pieces for this. So we hook the eye bolt to the wood, and then we've got a carabiner on it. So now, okay, we'll take. Now we'll take the leash, and I'm not sure of the length right now, so for now we're just going to try it. So we'll go around the tire, and the dog leash is actually working pretty good for this. Go around the tire and then loop the leash through itself, like this. Other part of the leash will just click right down here into the carabiner. And so now we have this deal here. When the bike goes up, it's way too long. All right, so we gotta figure out how to make this shorter, but you see the concept here. When the bike gets past a certain point, the leash is tight and it stops the bike from going any further. We just have to figure out how to make this shorter, probably by about 50%. We want the bike to stop somewhere in here, somewhere right here probably, because when your balance point with a person on there is going to be further back. So let's figure out how to make this shorter. So I got the strap adjusted to the right length, and now when the bike comes up, it stops it right about there, which if you look at the bike is a little far back, but it's far enough to where it's not going to dump you over on your butt. You can actually sit there and try to hold the wheelie right there. All right, so we got this finished, and we added this little stop here, because if you're not holding the back brakes the entire time, when you go to set the wheelie down, the bike will actually like roll forward. So this little stop holds it nice. You'll have to put this in based on your tire. So when you put your tire in here and put it all the way against the back stop, push this up against it, mark it, and then you can screw it in. So like I said in the beginning of the video, where you're supposed to make this longer and we actually didn't, I've got a little fix that we're going to put in. We're going to basically screw this 2x6 onto the side right here. And it's not perfect, but it's going to add just enough support to keep it from tipping backwards.
Is it one 2x6?
Yeah, just one. And if you guys don't do what we did and you actually leave this as part of the baseboard, you won't have to worry about this. But we're doing it as just a quick fix to make up for the fact that I didn't cut it right. I don't want to go to the store and buy a new 2x6. You want to try it out?
Sure.
All right, we're going to strap the bike in here and see how it does. Just set it in there. You got to kind of shove it in there. You want it to be really tight. So what I like to do is take my back tire like this and just kind of push it down in there. You really want it to be snug. The more snug it is, the more stable your bike will be. Stops it right there. That's about right. A little bit far to make your butt pucker up a little bit, but let's see your wheelie. Hey, don't pedal. Remember, keep your feet flat. There we go, butt back. Oh, okay. See, he's got some work to do, but that's the whole purpose of this machine, is it allows you to sit here and just practice wheelies. Right there. Okay, you feel how you're balancing?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna let go. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I want to clean my tires before I do that. I like clean tires.
All right, let's see what we got here. Right out of the gate, just slung me straight back. Oh. It's like the balance point is so tedious or so small that as soon as I get to it, I just immediately go past it. I can either just go barely like that, or if I go any further than that, I'm right up. That's not bad. It's definitely sketchy. Oh, that wasn't bad. Did you see that, Leaman? Watch this. Let's see if I can do it again.
Dang.
Watch this.
Yeah, that's what I do to get my manuals on. Kind of bend your knees.
It's like once I fall back down, I can't get it back up one more time.
Okay. Same thing with the back.
Ah, dang it. Ooh, that'll make you tired. All right, that's it.
Hold up.
Yeah. Gotta learn how to find that balance point.
Oh gosh.
You're pulling back too hard now. Remember, lean your butt back further. There we go.